How is it going, everyone? So today I'm going to show you how to make pizza crust, and it's really fast. I think it's about 15 minutes it'll take to be all said and done from start to finish. So it'll make 2 pizzas. It's pretty simple. So what do you think? Should we make a pizza? Alright, so now that we have all the ingredients, we're going to throw it right in the mixer, and I'm going to walk you right through everything. It's pretty easy, it's pretty fast, it's simple. We've been using this recipe for, it's 4.5 years. My middle child, yeah, well 4.5 years, so, and we like it. Okay, so you're going to need 1 cup measuring cup, a half a teaspoon, and a tablespoon. Now, if you like your crust thicker, this will make 2 pizzas. If you want it thinner, it'll make 4, okay? And if you don't want 2 and you just want 1, just cut this all in half. Okay, so I made it so you can. That's why you use a half tablespoon. So first we need 3 cups of flour. Then we need 1.5 teaspoons of dry yeast. The spoonfuls are a little short, so just add a tiny bit more. Alright, once you have the yeast done, we're going to add sugar to feed the yeast. Now, you can use whatever sugar you have or other substance, but we have sugar in the raw, so I'm going to use that. We don't have any sugar except for brown sugar, so I'm just going to wing it. There, 3 teaspoons, half teaspoons. Now it's a 1/4 teaspoon. And then you don't have to, but we like garlicky crust, so we'll add some garlic powder. So it'd be 1.5 teaspoons you add of garlic. So the reason why I'm using a half teaspoon is because you can divide it. It's easier for people to divide it down if they only wanted to make 1 crust instead of 2. So now you need some kind of an oil, which you can use whatever oil you want. We've done it with avocado, we've done it with a bunch of different oils. So I have pure olive oil, so I'm going to be using that. You want 1 tablespoon. Sorry, 2 tablespoons. And now I have the smaller mixer also. It's not the bigger one. So, and it's a KitchenAid. What I do is I'll lock it and I'll turn it on 2 right now. I like to run hot water. Once it gets hot, you'll dump 1 cup of pretty warm water. You don't want it burning hot, but you want it pretty warm. We'll dump 1 cup in there, and then generally it's about another 1/8 to 1/4 cup. So what I'll do then is grab a cup, little bit, about a half cup, set it off to the side. And we'll get this mixing. Sometimes it'll stick to the sides, so it's easy if you just stop, pull the sides in really quick. See that? And start it back up. On 2. And see how it's starting to grab a little bit? Okay, so it needs a little bit more water. And then if you're gonna add, every time you add, you gotta wait a little bit to make sure that you don't add too much, because otherwise you're gonna have to add flour to get it to come back. Okay, so see how it's still a little crumbly in the bottom down there? So, what I'm going to do is just do another little see, just by doing that you can kind of hear it, and you'll see that the crumbs are coming off of it and it's starting to get more into a ball. So that's all you need to do. You shouldn't have to add any more water. That should be perfect. Let that go for a little bit. In the meantime, you're gonna go over to the stove and you're gonna preheat the stove. So now the stove is preheating and you want that set at 450. So let that preheat, because that's gonna take, depending on your oven, ours is about 8 minutes, 10 minutes ish. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a towel, or first, and get a little bit of, see how that's looking good. That's what you want it to do. So now what we want to do is come over here. This is where I make the pizza, roll it out. So just gonna make a little base. You can do it on your table, counter, or whatever. Whatever works for you. It does not matter. You do not have to do it over the stove. I've done it in the mudroom before when it was in the middle of winter, and it still would rise and it was still fine. So grab a towel, and we just use these towels. All right, so this is looking good. Go ahead and stop that, unlock it, raise it up. So I don't have a dough spatula or anything. Regular spatula is just fine. So take this off the hook. Take the hook off. A little bit of flour on the hand. Now we're going to take this. Now we're going to take this over to the stove. Okay, so now you're going to take it, use your spatula, and just work the sides. See that? And the dough will roll right out. Now that that's done, I have a Band-Aid on so I can't use this hand. So what I'm going to do is I like to fold it a couple more times just to get some flour in it. Extra kneading. You want it kind of sticky. You don't want it really dry and coming apart. You want it to where it's sticking. See how it's just sticking a little bit? All right. So once you have that done, put some flour down there. Roll it out there. Now we're gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. And by then your oven should be preheated, good to go. So now in this time, what you wanna do is get out your toppings and get them all ready. So that's what I'm gonna do. We have some red onion that I'm gonna use and a red bell pepper. make everything over here so it's easier for you guys to see. So after 10 minutes, you're gonna want to take the dough and cut it in half. Once you got it cut in half, take it where the fold in the part that you cut and set it off to the side. Now we're going to take a little bit more flour. So if you can do it and you're good at it, more power to you. You can throw it in the air, spin it, do it however you want. But I found what works best for me is the rolling pin. So I'm gonna roll it out. Now the trick to get it to get round, almost perfect, if you're gonna go this way, you're stretching it like an egg, then you gotta bring it back the other way. So you just keep pulling corners of it. Don't do what I just did. I folded it over right there. Alright, that's about right for us. So then what you can do is take a little bit of flour, rub it on the top. By putting a little bit of flour on the top, you can fold it, then you can put it on your pizza pan. Okay, so once you have your dough and it's folded, put it on here. Now if you want crust, which we can do it on this one, normally we don't, you fold up the ends. Next comes the sauce. We like to use marinara from Aldi. When you make 2 pizzas, you most likely have just this much left. So we just save them and put them in here. Put them in the freezer. Next, you want to add the cheese. Okay, so once you have the cheese on there, you're gonna want to add your toppings. So now we're gonna throw some of our peppers. And if you're worried about your peppers, or if you have time, stick them in like the oven as they're preheating, and it'll get a lot of the moisture out, so your pizza won't get kind of watery, because it can get watery. Then we're gonna add some onions, red onions. And we're also going to add some pepperoni, turkey pepperoni, also from Aldi. It's the same price, and no one can tell the difference. So once you have all the toppings on, it's nice to go back and just put a thin layer of cheese so it holds all the toppings down. So this one's done. Let's get the other one going. So this one's not perfectly round, and it's probably because I'm doing a video. They're normally not like this. Again, put a little bit of flour on the top. Make sure you rub it in. You do not want it to stick. Fold it. Put a flour on there. Okay, so see how this is sticking? So it's not gonna work, so it's okay, and I'm gonna show you what you can do. Put it right back into a ball. Just start kneading it. Fold and fold and fold. See how I'm doing that? Just tuck in the edges, and you'll feel it, and it's starting to get sticky again. So then you wanna put some more flour down. That one's a lot better. It worked this time. Add some mozzarella. All right, so now the oven's preheated, so now we can go ahead and throw both of them in there. Nothing too fancy. About halfway through, switch them and turn them. Let them in there for about 10 minutes. Just keep checking on them. I'm gonna clean all this up, and then we'll be back and we'll check on the pizzas. Okay, so if you want the crust, like a crispy crust, if that's what you like, then before you put the sauce on, put the crust on the pan and throw it in the oven for 5 minutes. Or you can go 10 minutes, but 5 minutes is normally about perfect. It'll give it the crust the time to already start, and it gets a good crust on there. But then by doing that, you would then have to put all the toppings on when it's hot. So it's up to you if you want to do it. If you want a crunchier crust, I do it that way. We like to use my grill, and it's a smoker grill, and we get that thing up to 800 degrees, about there, 700, 800, and it'll take like 6 minutes to 7 minutes, and those pizzas are done and they're crispy and they're good. But I can't do that right now because I have, I'll show you right here, and it's looking good, and I got a couple more hours on there yet, so that pork butt will be very tasty probably tomorrow. We were hoping to do it today and put it on the pizza, but it kind of, the morning got away from me. Okay, so it's been 6 minutes. I almost forgot about it. Take them out. You're gonna want to switch shelves and turn them. See you in 5 more minutes. All right, they should be done. So from start to finish, I timed it, and it was 31 minutes. So, well, 30 and some seconds, but 10 minutes to make the dough. So, I think it's pretty good. This is the one with the rise crust that we made. And this is the other one. So, and you'll notice like on the rise crust here, this normally gets pretty brown when I'm doing it in the grill, but that's a higher temp. So, but if you want that crisper and brown, then I would advise to do it, you know, the 5 minutes before in the oven, and then take it out, put the sauce, and then put all your toppings on. So, all right, well, if you guys liked what you saw, smash that like button and hit the subscribe button, the little red button down below, and then you hit a little bell, and please comment, tell me what you think, and share it with your friends. All right, glad you got to see me again. Bye.